top on it, so that's cool.
If they turned the engine, though, you wouldn't know what top was, would you?
And it'd be bottom as much as it is top then.
Yeah.
More lock washer making me crazy.
He had it on there.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah. Shit, he spent
Some of these holes ain't very pretty.
He spent a lot of time on that sucker. There's a trick to it.
I noticed that already. I like mechanics that do or machine. Oh, look at this. See that right there? That goes with.
Top.
Oh, that goes right there.
Yeah.
No explanations. Where'd our wire brush go? There's part of the problem. It's got a little scuzz on it from sitting. Whew.
Leon had a big old block of aluminum. He had a lathe, he had all that stuff. If somebody would have had a use for a lathe, man, that would have been a good one for somebody. It was big. Just like all that old stuff. Big. Right?
Well, yeah. Well, it's like all the junk we used during the war. There's a lot of that stuff was huge because you had to have it. Because we were busy building America, we had all that crap.
Yeah.
And today we're busy building ways to make money for everybody else.
Yeah.
Sandpaper?
I have some right over here. You know, I could close that other door. That might.
Yeah, that might be good.
Cause the from the
lower the velocity.
Yeah. And I got an electric heater over there if you want me to turn.
Yep. Easily. 5 is where you start. What in the hell?
I've had it on there.
Oh, I know. There's a booger on there somewhere.
You want some booger juice?
No. Oh.
Heat it up, it'll go.
It's had a little hammer work on the end of it. So it isn't round anymore. Different kinds of rings in them. Oh.
There you go.
I'm getting better. It's got a booger. Yeah, somebody boinked it. But
Probably happened in its travels.
this old girl's seen lots of stuff, so.
Just take a hammer and hit it.
Right there. Somebody did. And it isn't the part back here where it fits, it's this part up here. They got treated poorly. Normally you can see, yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, we had that thing on and off there about 100 times, I think.
Well, I can understand that because part,
Yeah.
there's a hub that goes on the end of the crank that presses onto, and then this presses on over the top of it.
Right.
But I think this one's different because it's got that in it. It's brazed right there. So I can't tell you what they did, but it's not stock. Or it's GMC. And GMC, there's no telling how they handled all that. Because they're really... Come on.
The truth.
We're close. Yeah, there we go. If you put it up there, you're supposed to be able to turn it so the bolt holes line up. I'm gonna guess that bolt is one size too long. So we could use some of these a 1/4 inch shorter. 6 of them. I think that's what it takes. Yeah. 6 of them.
Okay.
3/8 course. 1/4 shorter.
Well, we will do that. We don't need that.
Your motor. When I had these were the castle heads on them. Those are self-locking bolts. They're the short ones for the flywheel with a clutch in it. I've seen that bolt somewhere before. I don't remember where it goes. It's not a Detroit part. Oddball stuff here. Oh, there's our Jake bolt.
Jake bolts.
Yeah, those two are for the Jake. Another regular rocker arm bolt. Some oddballs. Here's studs, and I think those are for the. There's another flywheel bolt for that transmission, that flywheel you got in there. That takes these great big long bolts. So you got 2 out of a possible 6. 4 out of the short ones.
Are we gonna need those?
No.
No.
You really need to get 4 more of those,
Yeah.
and we'll put them in the motor because these are far and superior to the bolts that are in it. I looked at them this morning and thought, that's not good. So.
And
Chevy head bolt.
any besides those, is there anything else we need in this? What we're doing right now?
Not right now, but this you're gonna need to dig through this later.
And those are like $30 a piece, you say?
Oh yeah, these are the Jake brake bolts are too, because those are very, very good bolts.
Hmm.
Same with the flywheel bolts.
Well, you know what we got there now.
And these have exotic heads on them, because that's a 9/16 bolt, but that's a 3/4 inch head on it.
So shall we write that down?
No.
No. We don't
No.
want to get. Don't we want to get them?
We need to get them. So
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm gonna do this. That's easier than untying the tie wire.
So why are you doing it? It's the wrong bolts.
Well, it's got the wrong flywheel bolts in. You can see the heads of the bolts in there. That is the wrong stuff. And if you ever want to have the flywheel fall off, there's your 1/2 inch bolts we needed. Come back here. I got all the tie wire that time. get to the flywheel bolts. So if you want to know how to do that, that's how you do that.
Oh, wow. I don't see why 10 minutes usually lasts longer than that. Maybe it's because it's cold.
It's probably not happy with being outside.
Did you find that thing that you gave me right first that needed the washer for the spring?
Yeah. Put my
God. He said he puts some with one and one with the other, and
yeah, I got it already. He just threw shit in the bag. That's not 30 flat washers. I don't care what anybody says. Peckerhead.
supposed to be 35.
30 of them.
Supposed to be.
Here.
Well, see, if you're trying to use that for a gasket, see how much slop's in it. You can easily miss and then a prickle leak. That's the problem.
So they're wrong size?
Well, I call them farmer washers because they'll fit anything. It makes it. You want a washer that fits really pretty close. That way you don't have to worry about it leaking. It doesn't have. See, in the Detroit stuff, when they do that, they're soft.
What's the order?
Hang on to it. We'll be going back. It'll be fine. You screw them in there like that, put a little glue on them, tighten them up, and it doesn't leak oil.
Like Elmer's glue?
No. Permatex number 2.
You got this lined up too, Mike.
Yeah,
And that's one of the reasons we got some of these bolts.
we filed all them big noogies off of there, so.
I don't think you're going to need this, are you?
Yeah.
Well, you'll know when it's in there for sure.
What would you line up?
I think someone hit it. Well, because remember we had that on there many times. Even the fan was on there. Right?
Someone hit it?
Yeah, someone unrounded.
Oh, they hit it right here on the edge, so this wouldn't go on it.
Oh, so you
It made it kind of difficult.
Yes.
So
Life is a pain.
I'm gonna go get some.
Life is a pain, and then you live. Good night.
All right, just talking to the microphone. What are you doing, Joe?
I am.
You're tearing everything apart.
Yeah, I'm fixing an oil leak. This plug, there's these drain holes here for when the seals go bad in the pump. So I'm going to move it to the outside so you can see where it is, what's going on. And if you don't like it, you can put a little hose on it and drain it on the ground or in a bucket. And that's why I'm doing this, so they don't leak oil. And then I'm going to take that bushing out of that so that we can put a bigger fitting in like it needs to have in it.
I wonder if that's the same pump that this thing came with.
that thing that close to his mouth.
Well, it can when that jet was flying over our heads.
Anyway.
That air thing on there, maybe. That might
Oh,
Just want to make sure I hear this
the explanation.
wisdom. This wisdom.
Okay.
Is that gonna? You got to put another gasket on it now.
Okay. This is a chunk of wisdom I learned from an old guy. He goes, when we used to take the pans off of the rigs that you couldn't get the pan off in the machine, you just drop it down far enough, pull it over to one side and take the rods loose and overhaul it like that. And then he says, don't lose the pieces of gasket. It's like a picture puzzle. And if you got all the pieces, you put a little glue on it, put it back together, it works. Without that, you're screwed.
But you got to find all the pieces.
You don't want to knock them off. You got to be careful.
So you're careful.
Yes, I am. I know. See there? Little strip of gasket there, little ear left right there, little dab of
How about over here where you're careful over here?
What, on that? That's all silicone when it goes back together. There's no gaskets go on those.
Oh, okay.
See, the other thing about this one you don't glue these on at all anyway, because if you're in the pecker brush and you have to pull the pump off and put it on and you don't have a gasket, you can just yank it off, stick it on, and go back to work. But if it's glued on, you got to spend 30 minutes scraping gaskets and playing ho-ho.
Hee-haw.
Yeah, something bad. So I'm going to glue it on. Oh, and then we got lock washers there, and down the bottom. All those come off because it'll leak oil.
You want to do it at one at a time like we did the other ones?
Yeah, we can do that. I'm going to take this piece off too for the time being.
Sure, why not? Take it. Let's take it all apart.
Well, see, that's a problem with stuff you don't know exactly.
What's that you're putting on there? That's not...
Number 2 Permatex.
Okay.
It'll be on for good. When you get it off next time, you'll be pissed. Because it won't leak.
So you use that for everything, huh?
This is a lot of places on this motor, like all the end plate gaskets. You do this on one side only. That way when you're done, the gasket won't blow out. These covers on the back where you have accessories hanging on them, it's like air compressor and all that, they vibrate because they hang from the side, and the gasket will shrink in a little bit and then they leak oil. Well, if you glue them on with silicone, they're permanent until you take it off.
Until you force it off.
Yeah. That way there's no oil gets out of it. Yes. Right. That's the first thing they put you on when you're mechanicing at the Detroit store when you're...
Mechanicing 101?
Well, I had some experience when I went there because my dad had these. But at the time we were working on 92s, a lot of them, and they had lots of leaks.
You seen that little fuzzy thing for the air?
Oh.
We're going to try this.
Demo it.
What? You what?
We're going to demo this and see if
Yeah.
it's even attempt to work.
The reason we're thinking this, because the turbo's in the back, for one thing, and then the pipe,
Is in the way.
it can go around the way it needs to go. But
Okay, you got your bench back.
it might hit the door, huh?
Yeah. So we don't have to convert. A lot of stuff on it. If it fits in the rig, it's great. If it's not, then you got to dick with the door on the coach. Or the other option is cut it, section it, and roll it over so it becomes straight up and down and it lays against the blower.
Wow.
It's kind of like old Burt Monroe with the
Where's the original one? Oh, there it is.
this highlighted over here. The only gasket you're going to save out of that is this one.
These are two, right?
Well, yeah, you can split it, and normally there's a staple in the end to hold them together. But actually, that one we could probably leave the screen. That's the gasket. That's a gasket for emergency stop part of it.
Well, I'll put them up here.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna stick a glove underneath that. goes in.
Yeah.
This one's out of a truck. And they didn't have to deal with that back door deal. So,
Yeah.
and see, and what I would recommend is take this piece off. Take all that crap off, all of it.
Just
And
go
then-
right to
and
that.
then make a flange that goes to there with a 90 in it, or whatever you need to turn it this way to get it to fit that pipe you got and go 4-inch on everything.
Instead of this.
Well, yeah, because the turbo is 4-inch. There's no sense not making it all 4-inch
Makes sense.
because it's
Gives
just
it more
just easier.
easier on everything.
Well, just makes better sense. And then when you get done with this, we'll have a pattern. And if you use all the old bus stuff, it's great. If we can use something like this, is a good deal too. But this is that's a one-off deal. It's so hard to find it. I can't think of a GMC that had a turbo 6 in it ever. And the only other place that may have came out of is something that was laying on its side.
Oh, yeah. An engine ran on the side.
Yeah.
In the unit.
Like a old truck.
No. No.
No.
You ever see a Crown coach?
Nope.
They put these out in the middle of them, the blower laying on the top. And they'll.
Yeah, I think that door will definitely get that.
So.
What are you filming there?
That. Somebody's got to be filming something. You're up there buying things, buying us to death, isn't he?
Yeah, it was like $8 the last time. We only got one wrong thing because they put the wrong thing in the bag. Rocket scientist in the parts room. So I'm gonna rescue that out of there. So we're right again.
Okay.
Well.
You can take the top off of that thing if you like. It's gonna go in the dumpster. No, it's not going in the dumpster. You can sell it to somebody and they can put it on their bus.
Scott Crosby.
You're gonna have to edit that out.
Buy it.
Probably not.
He gets things given to him.
Yeah, it's Captain Free.
People send him heads, valve covers. Please, let me send you.
Yeah, I got all kinds of crap.
There's only one nut on that.
No, but I figured it'd be a good opportunity to get rid of all that now. So
Yeah, there's only one nut on there.
just
So what do we need to get? We need to get another bolt.
no, that nut in your handle. If you look at the manifold on the other side, that nut's exactly what you need for the manifold.
Raining. It's raining on the camera. It's cheap.
Here, I will show you.
Might as well go get it.
Right here.
What are you guys doing over here? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, let's go home. You got it. What are you doing over here? I think they've come over here before. those geese.
Where's that at?
That's that one I give you to get 5 more. That one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This was about, he accidentally gave you this one?
Yeah.
That's what was confusing me. I was like, that fits right on there.
Gave you the wrong one and it fits.
Well, no, they give us the wrong one that just slides on the bolt. I was gonna, when you go down there, you can ask them if they got a wrench that'll tighten that up so it'll work. 'Cause it won't work the way they got it.
All right, I'll see if I can get down there and get this.